Yo, what is going on, guys? It is the DFS Shark. We're back with another day of some baseball, some MLB. Only 5 games on the slate today, so not a lot to choose from. There is no NBA today, so the plays are sort of limited on what we can do. So our 5-man slip today, we're going to have pretty much a stack in one game, right? Only one player is going to be from another game. We'll go over that here in a bit. But as always, guys, y'all watch these videos, y'all like these breakdowns, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can be alerted as soon as these breakdown videos drop. I'm dropping them every morning, usually between like 8 to 9, 10, sometime there in the morning for Prize Picks. And I'm going over my top 2 plays with a deep analysis, right? Deep breakdown of the play and why I like it. And then I'm giving you 3 other plays and I'm throwing that in a 5-man slip with, because we're trying to hit that 10x there and really maximize that bankroll. That's the goal of this channel. But if you want all my free plays even sooner, before I even make these videos, join the Discord. It is free to join. The link is going to be in the description. I'll also drop the link in the comments for you, so that way you can get these lines before they get bumped. Prize Picks has been on it lately with removing these lines 5 to 10 minutes after I even put them in. But let's go over yesterday's play that we gave away, man. We just can't catch a break on the plays that we go over in the video. In the Discord, we're hitting, we're hitting on our other plays, the premium plays. But it seems like on these plays that I go over in the video, they just have some bad luck. Yesterday we had Falter, just went over his strikeout there. And then we had Bryce Miller, who just went over his strikeouts as well. For the 5-man slip, we ended up hitting these 2. We lost on Taylor, who had a massive game there. So ultimately, we ended up losing on this line. But here's the thing when it comes to Prize Picks, these DFS sites, right? If you just have one lineup, one slip you're running out there, it can work, right? You can win that way. But if you have multiple slips, you have multiple chances to hit that 10x. So when it comes to the payouts and Prize Picks, right, you're getting like a 3x payout, you're getting 10x payouts. So if you have 2 slips and you just split between those 2 slits, then it's a winning day in total, right? So always keep that in mind when putting in these plays. Learn the payout structure. Once you have that payout structure down, you'll realize you could actually lose more but still profit, right? And so that's the way it works with these sites like Prize Picks and DFS sites. But if you're looking to get on board on Prize Picks, as you can see, they have a joking discount right now for half a point on Monday night against the Lakers. Drop in this code here. They're going to hook you up with a 100% match deposit bonus. And then drop in this code here on CHALKBOARD if you want to get started on the site that has alternative lines. We actually had a sweep last night in the Discord. We went 2-0 on CHALKBOARD, all NBA plays. But drop in either of these codes, jump in the Discord, shoot me a message. I'll hook you up for 30 days on the premium plays. If you slide over to the Discord here, you can see these are all the free plays that I post every single day. Yesterday in the premium, if you're looking to take things to the next level, we did have a sweep in CHALKBOARD here. You can see both of the lines. We were on Butler and Batum, and then we're on DeJounte Murray, and then we're on the DeRozan under there, and we hit there. The day before this, we did hit this 10x here in Underdog, and we hit a 10x another night, a couple nights ago as well in the NBA. We hit a 10x here. So we're not hitting 10x's every night, right? But it seems like lately we've been hitting at least, 1 to 3 a week, which has really been building that bankroll up. But if you're looking to join the premium, go to Join Premium here. This is where you can learn more about it, or just go to the dfsshark.com, and you can learn more about the plays, more about the picks, and you can see some of the testimonials and reviews from others that are in there. Let's dive into these plays. Let's jump into this optimizer. Let's hit that refresh and see what it has for us. So Joe Adele over 0.5 HRR. That is a solid line. You're getting really good value there at a 0.5 HRR. I don't know what kind of season Joe Adele's having, to be honest, but you're getting good value here, and you can see all the odds makers like this going over. We got some fantasy scores here, and a bunch of plays, right? So if you want to, screenshot this, if you want some slips for later, screenshot this, drop in any of these plays, and your odds to hit are good, right? Obviously, you want to do more research. It's up to you. Some people just straight up play these plays and they hit consistently. Daily grind is just to give you that base. It's where I build my base plays from. But if you're looking to get started on this, drop in that code SHARK for 25% off your first month. They're going to hook you up. Let's dive into these plays. Lineup specifically is going to be this Diamondbacks and this Giants game. The first play is going to be McCarthy. We're going to be going less than 1.5 HRR on McCarthy here. So let's dive into the game. So they're going up against the Giants. They're going up against Logan Webb, who has done well against the Diamondbacks all of last year. I think he had 3 or 4 starts. We'll go over this in a second. But he had 3 or 4 starts I think he pitched at least minimum 6 innings each game, letting up three runs or less each. So he had basically 3 to 4 quality starts against the Diamondbacks. So he had their number last year. They weren't hitting them well. They weren't scoring a lot of runs, which works in our favor here. So on the under with McCarthy, if you look at his last 5, under 60%, last 10, 50%, last 20, 65. This is kind of going back into last season. Head to head, he had 3 straight here, and then he went under all these games here. If we go for the year, he's right at 50%. So if we slide over here to the lineups, right? I just want to kind of see. This is projected. It's not going to come out till later. But McCarthy's in the 8th spot here. So this could change, but I don't see him, moving up or anything. He's going to be at the bottom 3, no matter how they spin it. Hopefully he does get in the lineup and doesn't end up sitting though. But if you slide down here to plate appearances, hits, runs, RBIs, he's kind of, he's had a solid run here over his last couple of days where he's been getting some hits. And if you go to his key matchup stats, so he has been hitting the ball well off of Logan Webb in their history, right? 17 plate appearances against me. He is hitting 375 with the 412 OBP. Those are solid numbers for this year, though, and this is still a small sample size because McCarthy doesn't have the most at-bats yet. He doesn't play every single night, but he's hitting 278 for the year, so he's having a pretty decent year so far. But against righties, for whatever reason, he's hitting 179, struggling a little bit against righties. Logan Webb, you can see for the year, he's at a solid 3.80. So one cool thing that Outlier shows is that their stats versus the pitch arsenal, right? And so if you go to this pitch arsenal here, these are all the pitches that Logan Webb throws. McCarthy has a 29% strikeout rate, which is really high, right? 22 is about like above average. So anything you start getting above that, it's really high. So a 29% rate against these pitches is a good sign for us. I just want to go into why I'm liking this play a lot. It's going to be mainly because of Logan Webb, right? So if we slide on over here to Logan Webb, if we go to 2023, actually, let's go to head-to-head. So these are all the stats. These are all the matchups he had last year against them. You can see he never went for over 3 runs, and he pitched every inning. He pitched at least 7 innings in these first 3 games. So he had a quality start in all 4 games against the Diamondbacks. Seems to have their number well. And he's just a solid pitcher all around, right? If you dive into his stats here, you can see over his last couple years, he's been at 2.90, 3.25. This year, a little bit on the higher side at 3.80. But a solid pitcher who can work deep into the game, who can get some outs. You can see here his walk percentage. He doesn't walk a lot of batters, only 5%. He's in the top 20% of the league there. Barrel percentage at 76. Hitters are only barreling it up 3.9% of the time against him. Now, he doesn't throw, 97, 98 plus, right? He's not a huge strikeout pitcher, but he can get some strikeouts. And one of the plays we're on is actually on his strikeout line as well in the 5-man, which I'll get into. But Logan Webb, man, I'm liking him. I'm liking his history against the Diamondbacks. So that's going to be my first play. Let's go into his stats here. McCarthy, we add up the hits, runs, RBIs. Let's see, we got hits, runs, RBIs. I got about 1.7, so they got him going a little bit above this line here. So the next play we're going to be going is Marcus Semien on the Rangers here. We're going to be going on the over. So let's dive into Marcus Semien here. He's having a solid year so far. His last 5, he's only hit this 40%. Last 10, 60%. Last 20, 60%. Head-to-head, you can see he's gone over 70% of the time against the Tigers. Going back to yesterday's game against them, he went over for 2 runs. Against before that, none. But going back to last year, pretty much every game last year, except one, he had a run in. So I'm liking those odds there. For the year, he's hit this at 58% of the time. Now, they are facing Maeda here, and you can see he's pitched 15 innings this season so far, already at an ERA of 6, so he has been letting up some runs, not getting a lot of strikeouts per 9 through this season. Walks hits at 1.27, so he should get some good looks. He should get some good pitches to hit today. Semien, and if we go over their history versus each other, only 3 plate appearances versus him, but he did get a hit. He hasn't struck out any of those at-bats as well. If you go to the year, Semien's hitting 284. He's already got 12 runs on the year, so he's been scoring a lot. big part of that is just him being the leadoff hitter in this Rangers offense. They got some guys behind him who can drive him in, right? You got Seager, you got Garcia, you got Carter. So all Semien has to do is get on base, and one of these guys can drop a bomb, hit one in the gap, or just multiple base hits and drive them in. And you can see Maeda early on in the year has really been struggling versus right-handed batters. A 10 ERA on 29 batters faced and a hard hit percentage of 30%. So let's dive in a little bit to Semien here, so I can just show you some of his stats for the year. You can see he's hitting .269, but what's interesting on Semien here is his weighted, or his actual expected batting average is not, he's in the top 5% at .329. So these are plays that technically, probably based on like exit velocity and different factors, should have been hits, but they weren't. So he's in the top 3 there. You can see his batting run value is at 97 percentile. The thing I like about Semien is he doesn't strike out much, man. At 10% strikeout rate, he doesn't really chase a lot of pitches, only 22% chase rate, and then sweet spot 42%. He's having a really solid year. He's also really fast as well. You can see here he's on the 84th on the percentile. So if he gets on base and they're able to drive on the gap, he can come around and score with his speed. So Semien's going to be the play we're rolling with. Those are going to be my top 2 that we're pairing up with each other. Now let's get into my next 3 that I'm going to be rolling with these. Like I said, I'm going with that full stack on this game. So the rest of these plays are from this game. So we're going to be going Gabriel Moreno. We're going under on him as well. So what we're going to need to happen here is Logan Webb to just shut these 2 down, right? Because usually you can see in the lineup, they're back-to-back on each other. So if one of them gets a hit, we could be having some trouble, right? But I'm liking Logan Webb's chances against these Diamondbacks. Like I said, he's just had their number. Hopefully that continues tonight. And then I'm doubling down on Logan Webb here in this lineup. We're going over 3.5 strikeouts. We're going on the Goblin here. I don't play too many Goblins, but like I said, there is a limited line tonight as well, and I have other lines on Underdog. So I don't want to cross plays up, so I gotta kind of stick to where I can see value. We're going to be going Logan Webb. Like I said, he isn't a big strikeout pitcher, but he can get 4 strikeouts. I don't expect him to get, his regular line at 5 here, which is why I'm not playing this. But I do think at 3.5 strikeouts, we are getting solid value here on Logan Webb. And then for the last play, I'm going to the other pitcher in this game. I'm going Ryan Wilson. We're going less than on his strikeouts. So I think the Giants are going to be able to, put the ball in play, not strike out as much as well here. They have a pretty solid lineup. So, hopefully they can rock him early, get him out the game early, or just whatever they do, don't strike out. The thing with these strikeout lines, they can get walked, they can get hit by a pitch. It don't matter as long as they don't strike out. So you can see with this line, it does adjust the payout a little bit. So instead of getting, your typical 10x, you're getting more of like a 7 to 8x, I believe, on the 5-man slip. Yeah, you're getting a 7x here instead of a 10x. On the 4 out of 5 correct, you're only getting a 0.75, so you're not getting your typical 2x. So keep that in mind. If you want to go with the Logan Webb regular line on the strikeouts, you can, but I'm just not feeling too confident in that one. This one, I feel like he can get right at 4 on the strikeouts. If you can get off to an early hot start there. But that's going to be it for the plays for this video, guys. If y'all like these kind of videos, me going over these players, breaking them down, drop me a like, drop me a comment. I appreciate y'all. We just hit 3,000 subscribers probably a couple of days ago, so I appreciate everyone who's been rocking with me throughout these videos. We are going to turn it around on these YouTube plays. Like I said, we've been hitting the Discord, man. For some reason, these YouTube plays, they just fall apart. But we're going to get it going. Tonight's going to be the rebound night. That's going to be it for this one, guys. I hope y'all have a great rest of the day. Take care.